Hello, everyone. I'm Gefepido. I had a bad idea, and I'm here to make it everyone's problem. For whatever reason, I had the thought of making a squad themed around all the most psychic mechs I could come up with. So here, first of all, we have Control Mech of the Mist Eaters. You presumably know this one. Piloted by a Hyacinth, the character created by Slight Fan of Horror Pony and the progenitor of all those, squads with their name on it I played previously. This is, of course, Mech of Eldritch Mechs, with the gimmick of forcing Vec to retarget attacks. And here we've got, naturally, the Techno-Psion of Secret Squad 2, because somebody in this squad had to be able to do actual damage just in case. Anyway, I'm playing on Unfair because Hyacinth's ability is kinda nuts. We'll have to see who I'm being unfair to, myself or the Vec. Anyway, so Vertex looks pretty reasonable. Watchtower really could be worse. Honestly, the mosquitoes are the big problem, aside from... I forget how much HP Gigan has. Meridia is pretty much Meridia. I'd probably be fine doing Meridia next, or... Honestly, Farline ain't too bad either, although the Soldier Scion is, well, not that worried. Although, killing bosses will be tricky. As far as the... Okay, the problem with killing the Antlion leader, I guess, is going to be that I can only hit it for damage once each turn, and it's going to go before all the other Vec. Well, we'll see. Anyway, let's do Vertex first. Why not? How bad can it be? Okay, so I probably want to do this next. Well, first, sorry. Alright, so... I guess if I'm getting attacked, I might as well. Yeah, since the Scion is effectively an artillery, I could put it here or even in the back line and it'd be fine, I think. Hell, maybe I should put Worm Mech down here. Don't know how much it matters. On the third hand, I may as well put it here in case it can bait something to attack in lane B. Okay, so yeah, here we go. This one is Hyacinth's puppet, whose gimmick is basically either B Control Mech or B Control Mech plus Flip. Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, one thing I don't know that there's any way to actually get up those upgrades listed there, but... So let me see. I might be best served, let me see here. Obviously, I might just make... Since Control Mech can't... Too bad Worm Mech is stuck where it is, otherwise I'd make the Scorpion kill the Hornet, but... Let me see here. Obviously, the Scion can kill any fly it pleases. Actually... If I had the Techno-Psion kill this fly, pushing the crystal over, then I believe this fly would end up doing 1 damage to the crystal and then pulling the crystal into itself for a 2nd damage, resulting in an explosion. And I would laugh. Were I to do this, though, I really wouldn't want Control Mech here or... Although I guess I could just, Although, yeah, I could, in fact, simply have Control Mech move this fly here instead. Puppet can, and then, too bad the fly doesn't go before... Hang on, yeah, if I made Control Mech move this fly here to do that, then I could have, move this fly here and have Worm Mech flip the Scorpion. And that would leave the Scion free reign to just pop this thing over here. Okay, currently it still damages allies, which isn't the end of the world, but I'd prefer to avoid it. Although, the Scion can simply target buildings. That's a fair... Because that doesn't do damage. Thank you, Generic. Unless that was Paradoxica's idea. Either way, though. Okay, yeah, so the fly being boosted will not matter, but, you know, it's whatever. Doesn't pull itself closer, does it? It's not... Yeah. That'll do for now, I guess. Not ideal, but progress is progress. Honestly, some of these cramped maps are going to be tricky to have a 4th unit on, but shouldn't complain too much. That'll teach him. Wow, rude. Okay, so... Let's see. Alright, I believe this thing only... Yeah, he only moves 2. Now, I could go here, have Worm Mech retarget this guy over that way, and then have the puppet control move it here so it's boosted and kills itself on the crystal. I guess. I mean, it'd get the job done. And then, I suppose... It's a bit overwrought for what I'm doing, but, you know. Oh, I keep forgetting Control Mech flies. And then I suppose I'd be, You know, at some point I need to actually damage this Hornet, but it's kind of off in the corner there. Too bad I can't make it move through my units, or I could just move it here to attack this Scorpion. Actually, wait, I could just get Worm Mech somewhere else first. I could make Worm Mech retarget this thing, and then... So the Scion can actually attack it. For damage. Although, do I really want to be fucking around with this? Making that guy kill the other? I probably do, I guess. Whatever, let's... Hang on, let me make sure I'm... That'll teach him. Not the ideal situation, but gotta get the mission done too. Rude. Irrelevant. Okay, so this time... Alright, so if I get these guys out of the way, I could just put the Scorpion here and make it kill the Hornet for me. Worm Mech could do really anything at this point, it doesn't matter. Could just spawn block even. On the other hand, do I really want to end up not doing anything? Yeah, but I might as well get some XP out of this whole mess, since I've got the Vec outnumbered here. And yeah, I doubt there was a way to kill them both, so let's just let it ride. I suppose under the circumstances, Techno-Psion's probably going to level up faster than the other two, but you know, there are worse fates. Anyway. Okay, killing 7 enemies might actually be hard. Although I guess if I'm not worried about crystals and I can make them retarget each other a lot, excuse me, it'd work. This... that looks like a lot of stuff. Of spawns. Ah, well. Should I go here? No, here. That's good. If something comes at me from, say, this square, I got things I can do about it. I mean, maybe I should let the reactor go at least one turn, because that'll take the egg sac, which is convenient, but... troublesome, troublesome, troublesome. Ah, there we are. Alright, so... let's see. If I put the puppet here, make it flip this Hornet and attack here, then it'll do... well, the fly will attack first, so the Hornet will just die. But at least the fly will bump itself while damaging itself. And then if I... Worm Mech could just make this fly pivot and attack that Hornet, but the Hornet will need... no, because the problem is the Hornet goes first. Also, I do need to get the reactor at some point. Though I could just have the Scion do this turn, so next turn it'll be clear to do her to just pop it. Hang on. If Control Mech attack this guy... Oh, right, the fly can go wherever. That's actually convenient. So then I could have this fly go here and make Worm Mech pivot the Hornet to hit it. Oh, shit, the madness thing. I don't know if madness actually does much to pilots that don't have one of Eldritch Mech's weapons, though, so let's not worry too much. Or maybe we should worry a lot, I'm not sure. Actually, wait, is the crystal gonna destroy the reactor now? Right, because it's not a building, so it takes crystal exploding damage. Man, I'm not even sure what something like Hyacinth going mad would imply. I'll have to ask Slight Fan of Horror Pony. Alright, so let's see. If I did this, yeah, couldn't quite get it onto this square. Though I could just have this... No, the Scion can't quite get it. Troublesome. Alright, let me think here. I guess if I dealt with this fly... Wait, why do I have the crossed out flame icon on my thing? Doesn't really matter, I guess. I suppose if I simply moved this fly here and got my units out of the way, it'd be okay. Actually, Worm Mech could force this fly to attack this, eggs, and that'd be fine. And then, really, anyone could just... Yeah. Easy enough, I suppose. Oh, right, forgot about this one. That might be an issue. But I could just, No, wait, if I flip... If I flip boost it and put it here, it'll just be hitting the crystal, and that won't matter. And then I can have the Scion push the Scion onto a spawn. Because why not? This is gonna be messy here. Wish I had a slightly more open area. I'm just glad the flies can fly, ironically. Okay, so if the alpha fly attacked the mini fly, then the smaller one would die, so that's cool. Can anyone get over there? Actually, no. That's troublesome. Now, I could have the puppet grab this fly and put it here, I suppose. Could also just put this Hornet into the fly's attack zone, but... Yeah, I shouldn't have gone all the way over here, but that is okay. I'll manage. Okay, I could... Well, no, the Scion can't get there yet. That's an issue, but... Yeah, okay, if I just put this fly in the fire, it'll probably be alright. Then it'll shoot at nothing, then get dragged up here by 4, and then get hit by 5 as well. I guess the fire won't matter anyhow. But... Of course, I could also have the puppet just get over here and put the Scion on that, then make the fly shoot the crystal. But it feels like a waste. Wish I had slightly more movement rate. Actually... I guess Worm Mech could just make the Alpha Fly attack the Hornet. That's a cleaner solution than any of this other stuff. Then this guy, it could just be moved, well... There, yeah, shoot it, nothing, get pulled... Then Control Mech can get over here. And the Scion can push the Scion. This, actually, pushing the Scion up here won't even help, because it'll die before it blocks the spawn, but that's okay. 2 does nothing, 3 kills 2, 4 kills 6, 5 pulls 3. At least the Scion being dead will mean next round fire matters slightly. Probably should have just killed the Scion with my Scion instead of pushing. Alright, so what I'm seeing here is that this fly could pull this scorpion up. Or I could just have Techno-Psion shove this scorpion into the chasm. While making 2 block 4 and kill it. It's got enough health for this. Well, this is going to be a really weird run, but it's hilarious. And yeah, having a 4th unit definitely makes the calculus of unfair difficulty different. I assume. I've never played unfair normally, really. Oh my. Oh my, isn't that special? Is it truly Christmas already? It must be. Oh, wow. I got so used to playing Cyborgs last time, I forgot this doesn't normally cost anything. Awesome. Honestly, Psionic Receiver is... Oh, that's why I had the a flames crossed out symbol. Right. Yeah. Anyway, Control Shot +1 move might actually be the right one, but Insanity +2 range is also really good. Wow, it's a tough call. I'm going with +2 range on this one. It's messy business. Anyway, we'll see if I can pull this off. Okay, so this at least looks not too shabby. Doesn't matter. Needn't matter. Okay, annoying when that happens, but especially since it can't act in the water. But anyway, if I just move the Scion out of the way, that Hornet's already dead. Too bad the puppet can't do much this turn, but maybe it doesn't need to. It does occur to me that if I do this, then the Scorpion dies and the Hornet's dealt with. That kinda sucks, but I mean, you know, it'd solve two problems and the antenna can be gone this turn anyway. Is there anywhere worth putting this guy? I guess if I want... Well, problem is I'd have to get the... redirect the fly if I want to put the puppet here. So I'm probably better off just moving the puppet out of the way and letting this happen. And probably having Worm Mech redirect this guy. Oh, I just realized Worm Mech should be able to get this guy from over there now. That's nice. All the more reason to do what I just said. And then I can probably just have Control Mech grab this antenna this turn. And who even cares then if there's a bit of damage here and there? Okay. Good thing most of my squad flies are burrows, because otherwise... Oh, I actually moved 3, huh? Otherwise this would be awkward to make so many gaps. Let me just double... Yeah, we're good. Yeah, hopefully I can pick up some more kills. Because that is actually important here. Alright, so... I suppose I would want to point the fly down at the Hornet. And then move the Hornet, or I could do this, actually. Have them hit each other aggressively. So I'd point the... Yeah, boost the Hornet and put it up here, and then point the fly up. Excuse me. And I imagine I'd also want to bump this guy into this guy. Wait, what's the attack order? Maybe I don't want to do that. Because this way... Because I'd like the Hornet to also damage the fly. Maybe I should just... Let's see, there's 2 enemies dead, and... Might as well at least tag that guy. Yeah, getting the kills is gonna be a little tricky, but... Really? Really? Wow, rude. Okay, so, I'm inclined to flip this guy and make him attack that guy, but I don't know if I can flip and attack there. Can I flip and then just make him stay where he is? Maybe not. I suppose I could just grab this guy and make him attack the Alpha Hornet, but then what? Or I could... Let's see. How many of these are an actual problem right now? Okay, I could just... move this guy over here, then flip this Scorpion to attack that one. Then move this guy up to hit that guy. No, wait, because this... Yeah, I'm just... Wow, okay, it is a bit of a jumble figuring out the optimal course of action here. I guess if I move Control Mech out of the way, then this Hornet could just kill that Hornet. Yeah, if I move 2 down to kill 3, then we're good on him. And yeah. Oh, the puppet can actually take this hit, so Worm Mech could just redirect that one to hit that one. And then this fly would simply need to be dealt with by, well, anyone really. I guess probably the Scion. Although, if I had the Techno-Psion blast this guy, then that frees both my webbed units, also kills this dude, and would allow the puppet to flip the fly to kill the enemy Scion. Okay, so Adrenaline could be worse. Boost, okay. Supporter, bit niche for this guy. I don't know. I don't know how much I need Adrenaline, but it... I guess Supporter would probably get me a bit more mileage than Adrenaline. Maybe. Hard to say. Figures couldn't get a plus damage skill on the one unit I've got that would actually use it. But, hang on, let me check. Yeah, okay, got that one. And then Worm Mech can do really anything. I guess I could just point the Alpha Hornet the other way to make me feel better about this, even though it doesn't matter. And that should be, what, 2 more Vec kills this turn? Ugh, tricky, tricky. But I can probably pull off something next turn. Maybe. Maybe. Shit, this is gonna be tricky. I guess if I put the fly here... Okay, let me think. I could have the puppet move this scorpion here and have the scion push it into the chasm, and then I could have Control Mech move this fly, I think here. And have Worm Mech force it to kill the Hornet. I think that works. Awkward as this all is. And I think that just barely gets me over the line. Go Team Brainstorm. And just wait until I get that, you know, extra thing upgrade on Techno-Psion. Because, yeah, getting a second shot is kind of wild for this team. Or for this unit in general, but also for the team. Since that's, you know, some serious action economy business. No, I suppose I want the rep one way or another since I'm doing fine on grid. So far, so acceptable. Alright, maybe you go here so I can get, well. I guess if I put the Scion here, then a Vec coming at me in melee could be moved by someone to hit the Hellsite, but I don't know, maybe I should position so the Scorpion can't just grab my dudes. Funny as this all is. And I need to kill something before I can do the Hellsite, but that is okay. Okay, so the Scorpion goes last, but I could simply have the puppet put the Scorpion to attack this guy, then have Worm Mech redirect the Hornet to hit the Scorpion. Then Control Mech could move the fly so it kills the Scion. And I'd be doing alright for this turn. And more importantly, I'd be good on, you know, the whole crystal business. In fact, I could plausibly target the crystal like this, just so I'll have some... Hang on, does the crystal heal itself? No, all other units. So I could just, yeah, might as well get started on the crystal damage. Alright, half the mission is done. 1 problem, 2 problem, 3 problem. Does the Hellsite fly? Because, I mean, theoretically breaking it would just do the job here. Or I could just, you know, well, if I could get in position, I could make the Scorpion do it for me. Might be better served making the Scorpion do the Hornet, though. And then I could have Worm Mech point the fly at the Hellsite. Actually, I don't even need mind control for this. I could just push a Scorpion over, and then make Worm Mech do the thing. Actually, wait, I want Worm Mech to point the fly over there, so... So, yeah, if I'm not using Worm Mech on this guy, I need to do something else with Worm Mech. But I could have the puppet move and flip this guy onto there. And if I do that, then, you know, I can do something else with this guy. And, If not for the circumstances, I'd consider pushing the Hornet into this area, but that's fine. If I get the mission achieved, not much else matters, really. And Control Mech can just go anywhere else. Yeah, this is... so far, it definitely feels unfair to the Vec, but I'm sure there will be maps that are trickier than this. Be hilariously awkward if I get that awful ships mission again. Alright, so can I... Okay, so I could, yeah, put that Scorpion to kill the fly for me. Good. Flip almost didn't seem to happen, and that would have been sad. And, oh, hey, I forgot I could teleport. What's my movement? Oh, only 3, but I could just go over here and then bump the one guy into the other to, what, get more damage on the Scorpion? I mean, it works, I guess. Would have been better served blocking tiles, but... Ah, well. Positioning's a little off. And I'd be lying if I said I was worried at this point. If anything, the tricky part is going to be making sure I get enough damage output to kill the boss. Okay, so let's see. If I move the puppet somewhere, then Control Mech could just make that Scorpion hit that guy. Or, you know, I don't know that it matters if the puppet dies, since it's not really a mech, but created by Hyacinth power, so... Now, I could have the Scion push here, so putting the Scorpion into the fly's attack range, which would be funny. Or I could just move the Scorpion in there myself, actually. Let's see, 4 kill 6, so yeah. Oh, I could have Worm Mech make 3 kill 5, actually. That would be even better. He can do it from here. 3 kills 5, 2 kills 4. And Hyacinth can just chill. Gonna have trouble getting enough XP if I keep using the strongest Vec to kill the weakest Vec, but so far so okay. Too bad Control Mech can't make Vec drown themselves, right? Alright, so this is annoying. Huh! Okay, these scorpions are a bit low on useful targets here. I don't know, I probably should put one of my mechs somewhere they can target. Then, Scion can just go over and back, I suppose, but... Alright, so if I point the beetle at the scorpion, then something funny should happen, right? Of course, I need someone to damage the beetle, too. That's the problem here. Because it pushes what it hits. So if the beetle hits the scorpion, then the scorpion ends up here. Although I could also make the puppet... No, wait, the puppet can only move, not flip. But if Worm Mech flipped the beetle this way, and then the puppet moved it here, it would kill this scorpion and end up spawn blocking. Too bad I can't and then, alternate... And if then it was moved, I could have Control Mech grab the scorpion and move it in front of the fly. I mean, Or... I don't know, it still doesn't get me that much damage on the beetle leader, but... Gotta start somewhere, and at least it would block the spawn and reduce the number of Vec dicking me around. Although, yeah, pointing the beetle leader at this scorpion would be a triple solve right there. I guess it's just... So maybe I should just do that, and then... I don't know. I guess I'm just desperate to make more units useful here. Especially since I have enough stuff going on to... Oh, that would actually kill the scorpion, wouldn't it? And if I had the Scion push here, then it would damage these two who now and put the fly on the spawn so it's blocked. I guess. But... I don't know, I feel like I should be able to do better some way. Just not sure what the way is. Yeah, I guess getting this thing killed and whatnot would probably be more effective in the end. Since as long as I have the, you know, capacity to do all this. Yeah, this is going to be a weird and totally unbalanced run. Alright, so the fly means nothing, but alright, so I could just grab the fly here and make it spawn block and burn, but that's well and good. Now if I had Worm Mech point the beetle northeast. Well, hang on, I don't want... Actually... Let me think here. What I really want... Well, I kind of want the Scion dead so I could just set the beetle on fire. Which would be nice. But... Now... I could just have Control Mech... move the Scorpion here and then have Techno-Psion smash the Scion and this thing together. But then it doesn't get me where I want to be. I could simply kill this thing with the Scion so I can stop thinking about it and redirect the others more conveniently. That might be the best move for the moment. Alright. Now, oh, I could actually just move this guy. Wait, is he just going to run into the chasm if I put him here? Is it as simple as that? Hang on, let me see how it works. I'll have to undo if this doesn't work how I think it does, but no, he can go across the chasm. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Alright, let's try that again. But I could certainly, like, move this guy over here. Or, well, with either of them, really. Or flip move that guy into the fire and then have them shift the beetle so it ends up spawn blocking and on fire. And then I'll have to kill the boss, but what can you do? Or rather, I'll have to kill the Scion, but... Alright, so I should be able to boost this guy and move him here while making the beetle just, well, before anything, let's just kill this asshole. So now this guy's going to hit that and damage himself with it. And this one can go here and do that. Oh, shit. Worm Mech's about to be pushed off the thing by the Scion. Hey, this. Or I could just damage only Control Mech instead, I suppose. That's fine. Not great, but Control Mech had nothing to do this turn, so they can repair. So let's review. 2 hits this and takes damage. And is that this turn they'll die or next? Well, whatever. Thank you, Mr. Hornet. Alright, so health wouldn't hurt. Supporter would be okay, but Control Mech tends to need more precise movement than that. I'm leaning towards health just because Control Mech has so little health. And sometimes you're going to need to take a hit. Plus its movement is already decent. This person... he's got Worm Mech, right? Accelerator's probably more useful than the other two. This guy's already dead. This guy will be dead when I'm through with him. This guy just needs to be shown the right way. No, wait. I will... This guy doesn't have quite enough range yet, but he will in a minute. Just, There we go. Huh. Wait, accelerator is kill... Oh, no, wait, that's per turn, not per kill. That's why I didn't take any per kill ones. Well... Oh, she's alright, I guess. Honestly, I wonder if I would be better off putting her here instead of this accelerator guy, because accelerator's not the greatest skill. Not that her ability is anything that amazing, but... Oh, I can sell things, so... Oh, wait, no, Ralph doesn't count. Anyway, I may as well save her for the moment. That or put her in for one battle and see if she gets something better than Accelerator. But yeah, Ralph doesn't count because I subbed Hyacinth in at the start of the run. Ralph was a freebie, so I can't... Ooh, Force Amp would be actually pretty good to have. Maybe I will sell her for... Or... I don't know. I guess for Worm Mech, Accelerator isn't that bad. Perhaps I will just sell her and take Force Amp. And I can... Real question is, what do I want to buy now? I'm leaning towards +1 move on Control Shot. And then... I'd like move upgrades, but Melt and Flip is probably so much more useful than almost anything else. Because that just gives me more action economy. And then I can probably get +1 move on Control Shot real soon. Or I could get +1 move now and of this now. Actually, I'll give Techno-Psion +1 move just so it can position properly with its new awesome upgraded weapon. Anyway, thank you for watching, and join me next time for part 2 of this madness.